Hi, Dr. Lynch. This is my final fall reflection for ED 632 for the summer semester. As you can see here, my reflection. I learned that there's no correct form of language, but simply the one that our society deems appropriate, and our capacity to understand this language is what separated us from our ancestors. That was from the Chomsky, from even the very first video. I also learned that from level 2, and that was pretty profound. That language is something that our society deems appropriate, even though it's around us. I learned that language, although it was meant to unite us, has ended up really dividing us, because the share of ideas could be stymied when translating from English to Chinese, for example, or Spanish or Japanese or any of the other different languages. Sometimes, the phrase "lost in translation" really comes into play. Language is ever changing, ever evolving. It'd be nice to have some form of universal language. This could be, as I wrote here, programming, images that convey emotion, emojis, that for short, even gestures, pictures. Language is not limited to the spoken, but can be written or even visual. The thought that teaching coding as a language can really help these students start to problem solve in a manner that's different. It's just a different mindset, tackling problems in a different way, figuring out solutions for simple problems, and creating these programs that can solve them for us. Which is great. You can create these programs that'll solve problems for you. Design these things. And overall, really, I've learned that language, truthfully, is something we all take for granted, but in reality is something so complicated and so complex and so profound, which literally allows us to change ourselves and the world around us. I also have down here my fall goals. From one of my first ones, I'm going to take your advice and I'm going to integrate coding into the classroom. I really like your idea that I should have students code animations for core scientific concepts. While that might be difficult, I am going to try. That is one thing I will try to tackle, because I do believe that programming and coding will set them up for the rest of their lives. It's essential for the future. It's extremely necessary. Step 2, and have students break down academic language into rhymes to create raps depicting scientific concepts. I think that would be great. They can work together, present their final project to the class. I think it will help understand the meanings of words and recognize how to see the patterns between certain words, and even memorize it. Everybody remembers lyrics. And last but not least, having them explore with language they're most comfortable with. Since we should encourage them to use their language they feel they have ownership of. For example, I give here, this might be, a lesson where the students break up into groups and depict a scientific concept using only emojis, and then that another group would then have to translate those emojis into written word. I think that would be a really cool class project. Overall, I had a great semester. This was truthfully one of my favorite classes, and I really thank you for everything. Again, I learned quite a lot. Thank you again, and I really appreciate this all. I look forward to working with you in the future.